Let's start. Number 10. Trains going over 30 miles per hour. When railroads were first invented, people were hyped and also terrified. Some doctors and scientists of the 19th century warned that if trains went over 30 miles per hour, the human body might not survive. Your organs would shift, your face would melt off, your soul might eject. Seriously, people feared high-speed travel would cause your eyes to dry out and your uterus to fly out of your body, especially if you were a woman, because of course, they thought that. Others thought your brain would liquefy like microwave jelly. The fear wasn't just limited to health concerns. Some thought that the scenery moving too fast would overwhelm your brain, or that passing through the countryside at such speed would cause hallucinations or madness, and they truly believed the human experience had a hard speed limit. And yet, people still got on board. They screamed, cried, and prayed through their first train rides like they were going into space. But eventually, everyone realized that 30 miles per hour wasn't the gateway to death. It was just a slightly breezy commute. Today, high-speed trains zoom across countries at over 200 miles per hour, and no one bats an eye. Turns out your organs stay put just fine, and your face still intact. Number 9. Books causing brain overload. When books became more widely available thanks to the printing press, it sparked a new panic: book madness. Some 17th century scholars warned that too much reading could overload the brain, cause nervous disorders, and even lead to insanity. They believed that the mind had a limited storage capacity, and stuffing it with too much knowledge would overheat it. Women, in particular, were warned against novels because passionate stories were thought to overstimulate their fragile lady brains. One doctor famously claimed that books could soften the brain, making people too imaginative and emotionally unstable. Schools debated how much reading was healthy. Families had reading curfews. Yes, reading curfews. Meanwhile, secret reading societies flourished, and the more people were warned against books, the more alluring they became. It was like intellectual forbidden fruit, the kind you sneak under the covers with a candle after bedtime. Fast forward to now, where we wish kids would pick up a book. Imagine telling someone in 1690 that one day people would scroll through TikTok for 5 hours straight and call it relaxing. Suddenly, a Jane Austen binge doesn't seem so dangerous. Number 8. Tomatoes, the poison apple of the 1700s. Tomatoes, great in salsa, deadly in 18th century Europe. Back then, these juicy red fruits were dubbed poison apples, not because of some fairy tale curse, but because people actually died after eating them. Sounds legit. Until you find out it was the plates that did it. Wealthy Europeans used pewter plates, which contained a ton of lead. The acid in tomatoes would leach the lead out, people got lead poisoning, and boom, tomatoes got blamed. Meanwhile, the poor who didn't eat off fancy lead dishes were totally fine. Because the elite were the ones dying, the fear spread fast. Tomatoes were demonized in cookbooks, avoided in markets, and even banned in some kitchens. For centuries, they were grown only as ornamental plants, decoration, not dinner. It wasn't until the 1800s that tomatoes staged their comeback, thanks to some brave souls who ate them in public to prove they were safe. Slowly, they went from backyard pariahs to kitchen staples. Today, it's hard to believe that marinara was once a public health crisis, and now the tomato is practically the backbone of modern cuisine. Pizza, pasta, ketchup, we'd be lost without them. Not bad for a fruit that once had the same public image as poison. Number 7. Night air, the original indoor kid excuse. Before we knew about bacteria and viruses, people believed in something called the miasma theory. The idea that disease came from bad air, especially the kind that floated around at night. People would seal windows, shut up bedrooms, and avoid going out after sunset. You weren't just being dramatic if you said you couldn't go outside after dark. People genuinely believed that inhaling too much nighttime breeze could lead to consumption, fever, or death. Doctors warned about sleeping near open windows. Patients were told to stay indoors and bundle up to avoid the chill of death. Some even believed that night air could poison your blood or rot your lungs. It wasn't spooky, it was science. Well, sort of. So the fear didn't really go away until germ theory arrived and was like, hey, maybe it's the water you're drinking or the rats in your basement, not the moonlight. Turns out the breeze wasn't out to get you. Just maybe wear a jacket if it's cold. These days, people pay extra for ocean breezes and night air aromatherapy. If only 18th century doctors could see us now, sniffing lavender oil and sleeping with the windows open on purpose.